gentlemen. Thank you, Gemma and Dan, and how lovely to see you all on this very cold December. Nice and cold, eh? I've got, you probably don't need to know this, but I've got thermal leggings on, so... there we are, yes, thank you. It's exciting, it's not that sort of night though, if you're the first time here.
Oh, it is.
Those of you that come regularly, you'll know that what I normally do is I tell you something I've done in the last, well, since the last show, which was in November. It was cracking. Who was here in November? Who was? It was a great one. We had inflated balloons. We had the Kelvin Hatch secret nuclear bunker, which was fascinating. We had what was the other one? The guitar, the fretless guitar. We had George Harrison's fretless guitar. Amazing, fantastic night. So, and we're going to have an equally fantastic night tonight. In fact, of course, it's Christmas. So, well, it's not yet, but it's going to be a Christmassy. No, there's no. Well, I've got some tinsel. Look, see?
Yes.
I went. There's just no expense. Yeah, that's it. No expense. Anyway, so I since the November one, I'd taken a trip. People said to me. They told me about Wales, you see, and they said, you should really go and see Wales. So, okay, well, I'll go to Wales and check it out then, if it's a thing. So I decided to do that. In fact, more specifically, I went to Snowdonia because people said to me, you should really go and climb Mount Snowdon for the views. So I thought that's what I'll do. I thought, that's if people say do that, I will do it. Who am I to argue? So that's me, and that's genuinely true at the top of Mount Snowdon. I think, yes, I think you can see what a fantastic time I'm having up there. Huge smile on my face. Yes, I did that. But also, the other thing that when I tend to go on these little trips, I love a sign. I can't resist a sign. And on this last little trip, when I was in Wales, I didn't see this sign I'm going to put up, but there was stuff, I think the BBC sort of reported on this story, so it's probably not true. But anyway, and so I didn't. So I didn't go and see the sign because I was able to just to take it from that social media. But here we are. It's the Llandechley International Airport, and the chap that's pictured is Nicholas Whitehead. Now, anyone heard of the Llandechley International Airport?
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. No?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Phil has. No one else? That's because, there's a hand going up there. You've heard of the Llandechley International Airport. That's because the Llandechley International Airport is a phantom airport. It doesn't exist. And this chap here, Nicholas Whitehead, has funded that sign that's situated on the A44 just outside Llandrindod, Wales, for the last 20 years. It's genuinely true. And the BBC reported on it just because this year he's decided to stop funding it. So the sign will not exist from 2023. But I love the fact that it's a phantom international airport. But not only that, look, the signage is great. Terminals 1 and 3, and there's a cafe, for the airport cafe, full of signs for Terminal 1. So where's Terminal 2? Which is genius, because the airport is phantom, but Terminal 2, I mean, that's double phantom, so that's marvellous. I love that. But then as I was driving home on the A5, this particular sign caught my attention, because, I drive around from time to time, and I see things as you do. But, not once have I ever been driving in my car and thought to myself, what I really need right now is a shed. And I've never ever, that's never ever happened, and but clearly that's what so if you do need a shed, it's a bit of a drive, but they will give you one now, okay? It's somewhere, I think I may have just crossed the border from Wales into, but anyway, that's where it is. Right, but as it's Christmas, I needed to, of course, just talk to you about a bit of Christmassy stuff. And when I got back from my last trip to Snowdonia, when I got back, I realised that all these Christmas decorations were going up all over the place, and I really needed to. It was a bit too much, a bit early. You see, I thought, gosh, there's an awful lot of Christmas decorations all over the place. So I thought, I can't. I'm going to escape Christmas. So I turned around and I drove, and I went for a couple of days to the New Forest. Which is an oddly named place, given that it's not actually new and it's not a forest, is it? It's probably something like old, slightly woody would be better. And it did make me think that for sort of visitors and tourists, particularly from abroad, our English language is hard enough anyway, isn't it? But that really makes no sense. Not even we use the right words to explain things. But I went there and I realised, of course, it was a very big mistake if you're trying to escape Christmas to go to a pine wood. But that's what I did. But not only that, when I was there, I stayed in a hotel which was beleaguered by Christmas parties. You know those sort of office Christmas parties. I'm sure we've all been to them. So I couldn't avoid it. So of course I came back. But that made me think that Piano Man Dan and I should have a Bavard Bar Christmas party. Yes, thank you. So that's what. So anyway, I said to Dan, "Look, I think we should do this." And this was his face when I broke the news to him. Yes. Anyway, but then we set, and we decided, well, it's my choice, that's where we'd go. And I think you can see by that one what an absolutely great time we're having. But there's some decorations just there. So there we are. That's.